unmatched ferocity, Hitler's war machine has launched its blitzkrieg against Western Europe, pushing it to the brink. As we brace for our darkest hour, we must summon our strength to be the bulwark against oppression. The Nazi onslaught will be the greatest test we'll ever face. But with our allies, face it and defeat it, we must.
Alright, so we're going to hear and talk about the preparation that the Germans and the Allies did before D-Day. So, the Allies, they tried to deceive the Germans. So, they thought we were going to attack in Paris des Canals because we set up a rubber platoon up there and stationed up there. So, it was just all fake tanks and trucks and everything. So like if the Germans flew over with their spy airplanes, they would see that that there's a platoon up there, and the Nazis thought that we were gonna attack Paris des Canals, which is the shortest distance from which is the shortest distance from Great Britain and the mainland of Europe. And we also had a French resistance that was still up there in the Normandy area, and they were all spies, so they all painted their the coastal region of that area, and we used those paintings that were sent by pigeon, which took about 4 hours to get to England, so it wasn't really that slow. So they used that, and they used that to attack Normandy. They used all that information. Now the Germans, they had this general named Erwin Rommel. He saw that Normandy beach looks really similar to this beach called Salerno in Italy, and that's all. We attacked there earlier that year, and that's how we got up to it. That's our first stage in Europe, was that point in Italy. But Americans saw that we really needed another like a two-front war, so we decided to attack Normandy. Now Erwin Rommel saw that Normandy beach was really similar to that beach, so he decided to reinforce that place with tons of obstacles that you'll see here in the game, and then you'll also see that he doubled the troops that were originally there. They also used deception in the southern part of Normandy. There's these guns that the Americans thought that were supposed to be bombing they had these flat guns that were supposed to be bombing Normandy Beach, so they wanted to get rid of those. So they sent their best troops up there, and they figured out once they got up there that they weren't guns at all. They were just telephone poles with camouflage all over them that were used there to deceive the Americans, and you'll later see that the flat guns are there to bomb the whole beach, and that really affected our invasion.
Here you're gonna see me be able to just kind of like run up really quickly, but in the midst of like the actual war, it would take like hours to even get within. I mean, it'd take a long time.
It took them about 2-3 hours to get 300 yards, because that's how far away the shore was from where they got off the boats. That's how far away it was. And here he's gonna get up to the seawall and deploy a Bangalore, which is just a torpedo that they invented so they could break the barbed wire.
We're almost there. Fire in the hole! Come on! It's ready!
And here you're gonna see that they shoot cannon fire from the ships, because they got word that we broke the lines and we got through to the bunkers. And here you're gonna see a lot of bunker warfare.
Here you'll see this MG40 again, something that Germany absolutely dominated in World War II with.
Smoke grenade!
They called the MG here a Hitler zipper because it just shot so fast.
Yeah, as you can see, trench warfare was still like a pretty big part of World War II. It just was like a lot different. It wasn't like a no man's land. It was more of a they fought directly in the trenches, and it was a lot of like winding, and it was very chaotic. So here we're in the create a class menu of World War II, and I'm just gonna kind of flip through and show you some of the guns that they actually used that are also in the game. So like pretty much everyone here that I have unlocked they use the M1941, they use the M1 Garand, they use the STG-44, they use the M1A1 carbine, the FG-42, the BAR, and the SVT-40. And then the main one that like the Germans used that was like groundbreaking for the war was the MG-42, and Hunter can tell you more about that one.
So like, as I said earlier, the MG-42 they called Hitler zipper because it shot 25 bullets per second because they used a new bolt mechanism in their machine guns, and that's why that one was so deadly on D-Day, because the Americans never seen a gun like that.